Today, we're going to take a look at one of the most famous buildings in the world. Building we've seen many times in movies, and that has always been the symbol of America's political power, the White House. But what history is behind these white walls? And why is it called the White House? After the discovery of America in 1492 by Christopher Columbus, Europeans realized that there was a new and wealthy world across the Atlantic Ocean. At first, Spain and Portugal began colonizing large parts of the Americas, such as Argentina and Mexico. Later, France and England also entered the continent. England built its first colony in Virginia in 1607. Over the next 100 years, it managed to establish 13 colonies along the eastern coast of America, which all of them were politically under the authority of the English king. However, England imposed strict trade laws on the colonies, forcing them to trade only with Britain and, of course, pay heavy taxes. As the colonies grew stronger in population and economy and became less dependent on England, they began to feel they no longer needed British support. This eventually led to the Great American Revolution, led by George Washington. Finally, in 1776, after the 13 colonies united and formed the United States, they decided to build a palace for their leader. At that time, the U.S. capital was Philadelphia in Pennsylvania, but they didn't want the presidential palace to be built there, since they wanted to move the capital to another place. After much searching, they chose a location between Maryland and Virginia and named it Washington, D.C. Interestingly, George Washington himself had no role in naming the city. Government officials voted to name it after him since he was the first president of the United States. And D.C. stands for District of Columbia. Finally, in 1792, the construction of the new capital began, and the first project was the Presidential Palace. At the time, the estimated cost of building the palace was $200,000, which would equal about $100 million today. In the year 1800, during the presidency of John Adams, the second president of the United States, the project was completed, and Adams became the first president to live in the White House. Since then, the exterior has largely stayed the same, but the interior and surrounding areas have gone through many changes. The White House covers an area of 1,021 square meters and originally consisted of 2 floors and 36 rooms. For Americans, this building is extremely valuable, as they see it as the most important symbol of their history. Throughout history, the White House has been rebuilt several times. The most important event happened in 1814, during the war between America and Britain, when the British Army entered Washington and burned many of the city's important buildings, including the White House. But the original architect, James Hoban, rebuilt it, and since then the White House has kept its symbolic appearance. In 1901, when Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president, moved into the White House, he designed a large yard around the building. In addition to landscaping the grounds, he also built an office on the west side of the building, which became known as the West Wing. This new construction in 1901 cost $65,000, equal to about $2.1 million today. Roosevelt also redesigned the interior decoration, making it more modern. After these renovations, he decided, on the occasion of the building's 100th anniversary, to change its official name to the White House. He also set a new rule. Every president is allowed to redecorate the interior according to their taste, but they cannot alter the structure itself so that the building's originality would be preserved. By the 1940s, the White House was more than 150 years old and had become dangerously worn out inside. Walls had cracks, ceilings were unstable, and the facilities such as electricity and heating no longer met modern needs. It was even said that the building could collapse at any moment. In 1950s, after World War II, President Harry Truman ordered the entire interior to be demolished and rebuilt, while the exterior appearance was preserved. During this massive reconstruction, a modern concrete foundation was placed under the building, and all electrical, heating, ventilation, and plumbing systems were rebuilt in a modern style. In addition, the president's offices, staff rooms, and halls were redesigned to be more practical and safer. It was later revealed that not only had the building been restored, but 2 underground levels had also been added. Moreover, the original 36 rooms were expanded to 132 rooms. The total cost of this renovation was $5.4 million, which equals about $62 million today. Another major result of this renovation was a significant increase in the White House's security. Strong fences and physical barriers were installed around the building to prevent unauthorized entry. These barriers were so strong that even heavy vehicles like buses couldn't break through them. The last upgrade came in 2019, when the fence design was changed again and new security sensors were installed. Today, a network of cameras and sensors covers the entire White House grounds, monitored 24/7 hours by the U.S. Secret Service. In 2011, a 21-year-old man named Oscar Ramiro Ortega Hernandez fired an AR-15 rifle at the White House windows from behind the fence. His goal was to kill President Barack Obama, although Obama was not inside the building that day, but it was revealed that all the windows were bulletproof. As for the White House basement, there are speculations that a tunnel exists beneath it, connecting the building to the nearby U.S. Treasury Department. It's said this tunnel was built after Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor to provide the president with an escape route if the White House were ever bombed. They also say that this tunnel is not only connected to the Treasury Department, but also to more buildings nearby, including the Pentagon and the U.S. Capitol. This theory even appeared in the video game Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2009. In 2017, the real estate website Zillow, in an effort to promote itself, evaluated the White House. They estimated its market value at around $400 million. However, experts stated that if someone were to build a replica of the White House today, it would cost approximately $10 million, not including its advanced security systems.